at your neighbor eyeball to eyeball and say these words with me. I need you. Look at somebody on the other side, because you might not got this thing too good right now. I need you.
I need you.
Like never before.
Like never before.
You got to understand, when you tell people that you need them, the first thing they're looking at is what you want me to do. The moment you tell people that you need them, Jan, the first thing they say is, what you want me to do? Got a beautiful person in my family that say it in a minute. As soon as she come on the phone, she's so busy trying to take care of everybody. As soon as she come on the phone, what you need? Y'all like, I got some more y'all in here, huh? You ever seen people the only time they call you is when
We want some?
oh, y'all got some more y'all in here. You don't hear from them until then. Until they... God has created all of us to need each other. You are needy. You are codependent on somebody else. Whenever you get around people who say that they don't need nobody, get as far as you can away from them. Because God did not create us, Augustine, not to be needy. It has been proven, scientifically proven, that if you want to run a person crazy, put them in a room and isolate them and let them not talk or see anybody. You ever know anybody who's ever been incarcerated? The first thing they tell you is, a man would tell them, I'm going to give you a week in the hole. Where the hole? Well, that's isolation. That's no communication. That's no talking, no reaching, no reading, no nothing. You in there for 23 hours all by yourself. Can you imagine 23 hours in a 6x6 cell? You know, I'm confessing. I'm not going to prison. I'm sorry. Whatever it is, what I got to do, call me what you want. I got to come out of here. Get the money together, get the mics rolling, do something. Get me out of here. That's why the man, my brother said, if you can't do the time, don't do the doggone crime, because I can't do it. I can't do no time. I'm 52 years old. A week would kill me. It's like I'm doing on Skid Row. I'm done. They don't order no pizzas up in this joint. I can't do nothing. I can't see my wife. I can't hug nobody. I don't like sleeping with men. I had to sleep with two brothers. Y'all like to have a whole lot of guys around you all the time? I don't like that. I like sleeping with her. I don't want to be with her. Y'all okay? Just keep looking straight ahead. This ain't a funny moment, but it's the truth. Some folks, because I asked the guy, I said, why do you keep going back to jail? You like jail. I don't like jail that much to keep going back. If they lock me up one time, you let me out, you let me out. I'd be a model citizen. I might turn cop. You don't know me. When I looked at this story years ago, the first thing I did was attack the man for staying in the same position for 38 years. I immediately attacked him. Y'all heard me preach it before. I attacked him. I said, he's a lazy scoundrel. You mean to tell me that he couldn't have moved in 38 years closer to that doggone pool? First thing I said, he could have been closer, Jay. By the time the trouble was, he could have rolled into the pool. He could have done something. And I heard other preachers and scholars say, I don't care what you say, he was lazy. So then we attack lazy people in the church, right? Then I start studying more. And I started reading this thing more. And then it made sense. First thing the text says, they had 5 porches. Where were they geographically located? 5 porches. Your porch got steps to it, huh? So he got 5 of them. Which porch was he on? Y'all better talk to you. I feel like preaching, Corey. Want a piece of this? I'll give you a mic when I finish and give it to you. You pick it up. Y'all hear me? Which porch was he on? He's in the hospital. He's already a wanted man, and he's on his way. The text says it was time for the Feast of the Tabernacles, and Jesus was a wanted man. He was a smart man. He was wise enough to show up when he thought they was going to kill him, but you can't kill me now because it's time for the Feast of the Tabernacles. He shows up, and he goes in the city, and instead of him going and getting to the festivities, guess what he does? He goes past Chesapeake General. He goes past the hospital. He goes to see the sick. But the Bible says that there's a whole lot of sick folk there. It's a multitude there. It's the sick. It's the blind. It's the halt. It's the withered. People
are there that are in a bad what? Situation. Oh Lord, this thing got me all messed up because guess what, y'all? My condition, watch this, my condition is the same, but guess what? My situation has to change. My place of residence has to change, but my condition might stay the same, Lindo, but my place of residence has to change. Y'all look at me. I'm messed up right where I am. I'm jacked up, I'm sick, and I've been here for 38 years. 38 years of watching people get their miracle, 38 years of watching people get delivered, 38 years, and every time, watch this, first thing I want to bring up the question and rise this fact. Who brought him there? If he got there, then somebody either had to bring him or he had enough strength, watch this, to make it there. But when he got there, he couldn't go no further. You act like you ain't never got to the place where you got to your place of destination. And once you arrived, you didn't feel like doing nothing else. Who am I talking to here? Say everything that came out of me, I used it. I exhausted it. And I'm done now. I ain't feeling like doing nothing else, but I'm right into this same place. I'm not going to move. I'm not going nowhere. 38 years. Somebody was cutting this boy's hair. Somebody was being a surrogate and they was taking care of him. Yes, they was. 38 years. Somebody made sure he ate. Somebody made sure his hygiene was taken care of. Somebody made sure he was being able to go to the bathroom and back. But when it came time for his miracle, somebody left him. Y'all ain't gonna talk to him. Who am I talking to up in here? Say you was with me until you thought I was going to get my breakthrough. You was with me until you saw me about to prosper. You was with me until you saw me getting too close to my miracle. But touch somebody and say, I need you now like I never needed you before. Who am I talking to up in here? He didn't need no handout. He just needed somebody to encourage him. Jesus walked into the hospital and he did not say anything to nobody else. He walked straight to the man for 38 years. He didn't ask him anything but one question. He asked him, will thou be made whole? He asked him, do you want to be made whole? And mess with my theology, because the first thing I said, if you already see the condition that I'm in, common sense ought to tell you that I need some help. I want some help. But have you ever went to somebody who's been in a jacked up situation for a long time, and when you saw them and reached out to help them, they did not want no help. Everybody that's messed up don't want to be helped. Who am I talking to here? You ever try to help somebody who don't even want help? You ever try to bless somebody who don't even want to be blessed? You ever try to lift somebody who don't want to be lifted? I'm tired of hanging around folk that the moment I try to bless you, you refuse the blessing. The moment I try to help you, you refuse to help. I'm trying to get you to see right now that you might be that person that every time God tries to lift you out of your despair, you refuse. Every time you, every time God tries to carry you somewhere, you refuse. You make an excuse for everything. What's the man's reply? The man said, I have no man. Every time I try to go down, somebody steps in the way before me. What you saying to me, Bishop? The man, the word says in verse 7 that the man is impotent. Impotent. The word there, when you search it out in the Greek, it means he has no power. It means he has no thrust. It means he has no strength. In other words, I need some help just to get up in the morning. Who am I talking to here? Said some morning I get up, I don't even want to get up. I woke up, but I didn't want to get up. Who am I talking to here? Said I've been messed up so long that just because I'm here, that don't mean I want to be here. Because I pushed my way. I pushed my way to get here this morning. Who am I talking to here? Said I pushed my way to get here Sunday. Every Sunday I get here, you don't know how much I had to encourage myself to tell myself to get up out of the bed and tell myself that it's going to be all right. To tell myself
See, every time somebody, in other words, he was saying this, Lindo. He said, every time I try to go down there, another man gets in front of me. When you look at that, Jay, that means he was making an attempt. See? I've been saying the man been lazy the whole time. Don't keep talking about me not there wanting to work. Don't act like I ain't never put no application there. You talking to me like I ain't went online and filled out my application just like the next guy. They didn't hire me. And they ain't gonna let you keep talking to me like I don't want to work. Because you see, y'all need to talk to her. You see my resume in the past. Now, I don't work now, but that don't mean that God is finished with me. That don't mean that I'm lazy and I don't care about myself. Who am I talking to here? That people judge you because of the situation you're in right now. But I tell you right now, I tell a dog day, if you tell somebody that God ain't finished with me yet, I know you think I ain't gonna make it, but if I come out of this stuff, I might be broke right now, but watch me come out of this. By next year, this time, you ain't gonna be able to look at me. Y'all never talk to me. And the Bible says that he messed around and he said these words. He said, hey, why do you want to be made whole? He said, well, I know I go there. Somebody steps in front of me. And I heard him say, rise. He didn't lay on hands. He didn't pour no oil. All he gave him was an encouraging word. What you trying to tell me, preacher? I need somebody to stop down every now and then to look at me and see me when I'm down and tell me, rise. The text says, immediately, my ankles got strength. You see, at the gate called Beautiful in Acts, Peter and John was going to the house, and he turned around, and the boy says, he was a beggar, he was crippled. But the text says when Peter and John saw him, it said, silver gold have we none. And they reached out their hand and they pulled him. But when Jesus saw the man where he was at for 38 years, he didn't touch it, he didn't pull it, he didn't do nothing to it. All he told him to do one word can change my future. One word can change my life. One word from the Master can change my destiny. One word from heaven can turn everything.
find grace and mercy. I don't care where we come from and where we're going. Watch this. And we all need grace and mercy. Everybody look at him. He stayed by that porch 38 years. When he needed to go to the barber shop, they carried him. When he needed to get a bath, they brought him water. When he needed to eat, they fed him. But soon as the angel came down to trouble the water, and he tried to make an attempt to get down to that pool, by the time he got somebody had already got up before him. You ever seen somebody else drive your car? You ever rode past the house that God told you that it belonged to you? Oh, y'all ain't gonna help me preach. Huh? Don't get mad when I say this, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm out of the box all the time anyway. You ever seen somebody else with your husband? Huh? Don't look at me funny. You was trying to be cute. She was trying to get married. She got the husband, you still walk around cute. Y'all okay? Keep looking straight. Nobody gonna talk about you. He said, what are you trying to say, Bishop? The moment that God spoke it, he got strength. Look at this. He didn't need no more pool to get into. He who had power to heal. He was the Alpha and Omega. He was the Messiah. Stood there. Watch this. All of them people been watching him for 38 years. But when he got up, Jesus said, take up your what? He got that thing in his hand and walked. The text says it was on the Sabbath. And it was unlawful for anybody to be healed. But if you're going to stop that joker from curing that man after being in the same situation for 38 years, can you imagine saying something to him to tell him to put that bed down? He said, the same person that told me to take my bed and walk out, I don't know his name. All I know is that he told me to take my bed up and walk and walk. Y'all read the text. Where was the first place that he went? You going home, I'll see you next Sunday. We all get this text. Because the first place he went, where he went? He went straight to church. They ain't got to depend on you carrying me no more. Because I can walk. Can you see him coming into church with his bag under his arm and say, hey, I'm up in here. I was sick about an hour ago. And I've been backed up for 38 years. I'm talking to somebody right now that you've been backed up for so long, and when you get here on Sunday morning, you want to make everybody around you uncomfortable. And say, hey, I'm up in here. I'm looking good. done for me. You are the very epitome of God's existence. Now this ain't for y'all perfect folks, but this is for some of us that God has brought us out of darkness, and He's still working on the building. Can you see that trouble? Can you see him coming in the church with that way? Can you see religious people asking him, why you acting like that? I wish somebody would say something to me right now. After all I can went through, anybody else here beside me? Say, I wish somebody would say something to me after all I done went through. After all I done lost, I should. I'm talking to people right now, you know, you really supposed to be crazy for real. You know that though. You know you're supposed to be on medication. But you've been to the edge of insanity. And God has snatched you back. Right at the point. Right at the point. Can you see him? For 38 years. And Jesus didn't give him no money. He didn't spit on the ground and put it in his eyes like he did at the bed. And put him wash in the pool. He didn't do none of that. He didn't take his cloak and throw it over him. He didn't do none of that. All he did was say, "Wow." All he knows. Can I finish? I'm finished. There's 2 resurrections. Griffin looked up at me when I said there's 2 resurrections. I'm going to give you this one to say. Take this one with you, child. This is going to help you real good. Take this one with you. There are 2 resurrections. There's one resurrection for the dead. And there's another resurrection for the living. What you saying to me, preacher? You should have saw me when I couldn't get up. Now on that great gift of morning that talks about in Thessalonians 4:16, he said in the trumpet shall sound, and the dead in Christ shall rise, and we shall go to meet him in heaven. That's for the dead. But for us living folk, that we was down and out. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. The old saints used to sing a song and sing it like this: Jesus lifted me. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. Saw me far from the peaceful shores, and he lifted me. It's called resurrection power. Pulled me out of my darkness and brought me into
the marvelous light.
The marvelous light. I'm looking at some folk right now. He did it to you. He did it. Look at somebody and say, he did it to me. He brought me. I didn't bring myself. Can I have somebody right here? That the man was out there fishing one day. He was mad with God, Rodney. He said, why in the world did you forsake me? You left me. All I see down there is 1 set of footprints, and all the time I saw you walking with me. But now, all I see is 1 set of footsteps. He said, well, son, I don't want to be the one to bust your bubble. But if you look closer, those footprints are yours. I've been carrying you for the last 15 years. When you thought I was with you, it's because you couldn't walk no more. And I had to pick you up and carry you when you couldn't go. your flesh. You're stubborn. And prayer. Who am I talking to here? Say he didn't carry me. Oh, I'm finished. I'm finished. I'm talking to somebody because you need somebody. Tell them, said, I need you. I ain't asked you to pay my rent, but I asked you one thing. Can you speak words to life? Stop talking to folk that won't speak life to your dead situation. Tired of being around negative folk. All you see is what's wrong with me. You'll never see what's right with me. I don't know everybody's doing right. You know everybody doing right? I'm finished. I'm finished. If you're here this morning, I don't know. I'm opening the door to the church. I'm already out of town.